Boom! Alright, Bourbon Quest. It's your host, Bourbon Steve, here with Q. Say hi, Q. Say hi, Bourbon Quest. Alright, we got a special video tonight. We'll see how Q does. He's a little hyperactive tonight. I just gave him, maybe I gave him too much catnip because he's a little hyperactive. Calm down, buddy. You're a fan favorite. Say hi to the camera. Say hi, Bourbon Quest. It's Q. Woohoo! Love you, buddy. Come here. Listen, I'm not gonna make you stay. We're just trying to chill a little bit. All right. So, all right. It's a Friday night when I'm shooting this. This week been kind of weird because the video editor that I was using changed, and so I've been trying to figure that out, but I wasn't going to make that stop me from shooting tonight, because I picked up a special bottle tonight and this morning and worked the bar. I got off tonight, came home, spent a little time with Q, had one or two pours prior to this video. I thought about waiting until Sunday, but I was like, no, I got the night off. Let's go ahead and shoot this thing and get it up, because I've seen some other critiques on this. I think from the ones I've seen, it's been a little underwhelming. What we're doing is the Remus Gatsby Reserve, 15-year-old MGP juice. The Volstead came out right when I was starting my Bourbon Quest, and I never was able to get a bottle of that. So I didn't want to miss on this, even though if I'd based my decision clearly on the other reviews I've seen from other whiskey tubers, I probably would have passed, because it's 15-year-old whiskey. MSRP is like at $200. I paid about $250 for this. Even though I just thought I had to do it for the channel, and plus the bottle's freaking cool, even if it's not worthy. So, what up, Q? Alright, so we're going to get into it. Q's a little anxious, so I'm going to let him go do his thing while we get into the whiskey. So, it comes in this beautiful box, and then, voila, the box opens up. And then you have this gorgeous Remus Gatsby Reserve. I mean, I hope that I like it better than the other reviews that I've seen up to it on this point. But, you know, if I was your average consumer, honestly, I probably would have passed it up. Just because, based upon other people that I respect that have already done reviews on it, it's not gotten raving reviews. None of them said it's bad, but when you start to equate value at $200, which I paid $250 for it, you know, and then you've got your other Remus Repeal Reserve annual batches 1 through 6 at $100 or less. So we'll take all that into factor. So we are going to do, the highlight is the Gatsby, and then I brought out the other Remus Repeal Reserve batches that I have to do a side by side. I can already tell you, based on what, and we'll see if anything has changed, but 3 has still been my favorite. 5 got a lot of acclaim and was a lot of people's favorite. I still prefer 3 over 5, although I will say 5 is very good. 6, which is the latest release, which probably has been the last month. I think I said on the last video when I opened it up, it's probably a pass, just because, again, not bad, but excuse me, but it basically $100, Um, excuse me. Excuse me. It's probably a pass though at $100. But anyways, let's get right down to it. This is the Remus Gatsby Reserve. It's a 15-year-old straight bourbon whiskey, cask strength. It's cask strength, but yet it's still only 97.8 proof. 2022 limited edition release. The bottle's freaking gorgeous. I think I'd be interested in your comments too. I'm not going to bring it out, but I think when Jason C reviewed this on Mash and Drum, he was like, which has the better bottle game, the Remus Repeal, Gatsby Repeal, or the Old Fitzgerald Decanter series? And I think to his surprise, I think this one came out on top, which I kind of agree, especially if you factor in the box. Granted, the Old Fitz Decanter series is no slouch by any means, but let's look and see what it says here on the bottle. Nothing on the box, but on the bottle, how about a sip of something legendary, Old Sport? George Remus is proud to introduce the one and only Remus Gatsby Reserve. Crafted with the finest 15-year-old reserves, this limited edition cask strength straight bourbon celebrates the release of F. Scott Fitzgerald's iconic novel, The Great Gatsby, a century ago. You see, legend has it, Fitzgerald's titular character, Jay Gatsby, was inspired by Remus. Some say Fitzgerald and Remus' fortuitous 1918 meeting began the drums of destiny. Others believe Fitzgerald gathered plenty of influence from Remus's many newspaper exposés. In any case, one thing is for sure. It's a legendary story that calls for an equally legendary sip. Cheers. Well, hell, we about to. Alright, so, yeah. I picked it up this morning. We're opening it up tonight. Fresh cork pop. So we're going to open this bad boy up. The bottle is freaking gorgeous. I probably overpaid for it, but I missed out on the Volstead. I wasn't going to miss out on this, so I didn't pay anything crazy. So we'll see. And hopefully that way if you see one, is it worth you picking up? To be honest, if I didn't have a whiskey YouTube channel, I probably would have passed on it based on what I saw from others. But hey, I wanted to find out for myself. So let's do it. It is a fresh cork pop on the Remus Gatsby Reserve. American! Hell yeah. Ooh, nice cork on that. Nice. This reminds me of the old school, even maybe better than the old school. That's a damn heavy cork. That probably beats out the old, I think it was on 3 and 4 Bardstown Discovery series, but then they kind of started slacking on their cork pops, but or on the corks. But this is, yeah, heavy duty stuff. So I'm just pour it in the glass, and then as always here on Bourbon Quest, we do a 2-ounce pour on a new bottle into the infinity bottle. Ooh, I'm gonna have to drink some out of that tonight. Alright, but we got that out of the way. And this cork is, and the bottle's awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead and pour the others, and then we'll get down to comparing them. This will be Remus Repeal Reserve Batch 3, my favorite. And then a lot of other people's favorite, Batch 5. And then the latest batch 6, which basically at $100 I think is a pass. Save your money, go get a Wild Turkey Rare Breed instead for less money. But we'll see. We'll see what happens tonight. All right. So we're going to start off with the highlight of the show, Gatsby Reserve. Yeah, 97.8 proof. All the other Repeals are 100 proof. Man, you definitely get the age on that. Just in my opinion, the right amount of oakiness, not over oaked, but plenty to let you know that this is 15-year-old bourbon, but not overpowering on the oak. You get that sweetness, that caramel, that vanilla. Definitely the oak, a little bit of spice, black pepper, mint, cherry, vanilla, caramel. The nose is quite good on this. I mean, is it $200 to $250 worth on the nose? I don't know if anything is on the nose, but the nose is good. All right, cheers, Bourbon Quest. Let's go to the palate. Yeah, I mean, you definitely get that oak. Nowhere. It's probably the right amount of oak. It's not. It might be just a little bit over oak, but not terribly so. It definitely let you know that it's there. Get a little bit of tobacco, vanilla, caramel, cherry, black pepper, mint, baking spice. It's not as good or as a sweet oak as the review that I did probably maybe a month and a half ago on the Knob Creek 18-year-old, which completely surprised me. All right, let's go back. The nose is great. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. I mean, it's good. It's got sweetness. It's got mint. It's got rye. Definitely oak. Decent hug. Decent viscosity. A little bit less on the mouthfeel. Yeah, do I think it's worthy of $200 to $250? Probably not. I probably feel like it should be $150 based upon my experience with it. And if you want to throw in another $50 for the gorgeous bottle and the boxing, I'm cool with that. So I guess if you could get it for, I mean, ideally $150. I think it's probably, I'm going to go ahead and give it a thumbs up at $200. Now, yeah, which is MSRP. I paid $250, so I would say I would say a negative at $250. And granted, I don't even know what it's going for on secondary. I'm sure it's probably $400 to $600 at least on secondary, because it is 15-year-old whiskey. It is rare and allocated and hard to find, but I mean, I think I overpaid at $250, to be honest with you. I think if you get it at ideally $150, again, I'd pay an extra $50 just based upon the beautiful bottle, the cork, the packaging is extraordinary. And when you factor in the cork and the box, without a doubt, I think it beats out Old Fitzgerald Decanter Series. Now, I mean, I understand there's probably a little bit of debate on that. Like I said, with Jason C. at Mash and Drum, I think when he did a poll, they like this better. And I'm saying, you know, I can see them side by side, but when you factor in the cork and the box, then yeah, it goes to Gatsby. And the whiskey's good. Be interesting to see how it opens up over a little bit of time, but I mean, I'm glad I have it. I probably overpaid a little bit for it, but that's okay. Cheers, Bourbon Quest. Yeah, you definitely get that mint, that rye, vanilla, caramel, oak. A little bit better out on that sip on the back end. More of that oak and cherry and vanilla and orange and caramel coming through. Yeah, it's just a matter of you know, what your profile is, what you're also willing to pay for a very beautiful bottle and packaging. I tend to be a sucker for those things, I admit it. So, alright, let's go to my favorite. Oh, I already poured it. So, now the batch 3 has been my favorite of the Remus Repeal Reserve. So sweet. Cherry, vanilla, caramel, orange. Yeah. And let's see. I forget what the age is on this thing. It's probably, I think it's the most aged one. It's a medley of 3 different blends. 2007, 2008, and another 2008. Granted, so this was 3 years ago. So this was in 2019. If my math is correct. So yeah, 8 and 9 year old bourbon. So really, is that it? No. Okay. Yeah, this is like 11 and 12 year old bourbon. Yeah, that makes more sense. This is freaking fantastic. Granted, you're probably never going to find it now because this is back in 2019, if my math is correct. Batch 3 was definitely my favorite. Yeah. That's freaking delicious, bro. Alright. Let's go to batch 5. This is the one that a lot of people have touted as the best one. While I do think it's good, I still don't know if it, well, let's find out if it beats batch 3. I mean, I will, maybe a little bit more rye, a little bit more spice on 5. And it's a blend of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little bit older whiskey. Granted, it came out 2 years later than that one, but still has older stock at 2005 bourbon, 2006, 2006, 2008, 2008. So I get it. I do think batch 5's freaking great as well. I think I still prefer batch 3 over it, although I will say they're close. And part of that might be, while I do love it, it's a little bit more rye, mint, and pine forward. And me not being a rye guy is probably why I prefer batch 3. But if you're more of a rye, mint palate, you actually might prefer. Either way, I mean, I would pick up both batch 5 and batch 3. Batch 3 is probably not attainable anymore. Batch 5, it just came out last year, so you might be able to find it here and there. And then let's go to batch 6, which last time I did this, I thought was a little underwhelming, not worth the $95 to $100 I paid for it. Yeah. It's yeah, I would totally pass on this. Based now, granted, I think that again, it's a medley of it's younger whiskey. It's a medley of 5 different, only 2% 2008, and then the other 27% 2012, 29% 2014, 17% 2012, and 25% 2014. A little bit more rye forward, mint, pine tree than I like. I would not buy that one again. I would I would I would buy five, definitely three again at $100 or less. The Gatsby, yeah, if you can get it for 150 to 200, I would say go for it. Above that, I overpaid for it at 250 in my opinion. I already had this six, and then I saw it again at a store today or yesterday. So I'm not buying a backup bottle, and I don't think it's better than the other two that I already have. Cheers. Yeah, a little too minty for me, but yeah, I mean, you definitely get that mint. I mean, I can see why people would like it. It's just not. It's just not my profile, and I definitely would not pay another $100 for it. It's not bad. I might. I mean, the thing is, I will tell you what I think it's worth, but you're not going to find it for it. If I could buy it again at $60 or 50 to $60, absolutely. But that's not reality. And would I buy it again for 95 to $100? Absolutely not. Alright. Q went off. Hey, we're going to wrap this up. It's a Friday night. We'll put it up on Saturday. Hey, I appreciate all your support, all your comments, your feedback, and if you haven't already done so, dude, what are you waiting on? Because we're bringing you a ton of content. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That does me and the channel a favor, and I appreciate it. And I will continue bringing you great content. And then after that, do yourself a favor and ring that bell for notification. That way you don't miss a damn thing here on Bourbon Quest. Just like when we brought you tonight, when I popped it open the same day I got it, this Remus Gatsby Reserve. And yeah, it's good. It's not great. But if you can get it for 150 to 200 bucks, go ahead. If you're willing, like me, to pay a little extra for the packaging at 250, I'm not proud of it, but I would probably do it again. Yeah. And then smash that like button that helps the YouTube algorithms to get it out to more people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you got any suggestions, ideas of what you want to see me do next, I'm all game. I was glad to bring this to you tonight. Oh hell, we're already today's date. Oh shit, Thanksgiving's like in less than 2 weeks. So we're doing some gobble 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 wild turkey shit here on Thanksgiving for sure. Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you got any ideas and suggestions for upcoming videos, let me know. Love you, Bourbon Quest. And when I'm signing off, and remember, as always, that my wish for you is that all your Bourbon Quest dreams come true. Haha. That's some mighty fine giggly water. Haha. George Remus, you dirty bastard. Haha. That's a wrap, y'all.